college, and for Bible college I have to do certain things, and there's certain hours and things, and she said, "Oh, Tony, well, you probably need to take the whole church." So I was like, okay. Yeah, I was a bit like, really? Anyway, so she asked me to do that, and then I said, okay, cool. And then during the week I said, what about worship? She said, yeah, you need to sort that out. I'm like, okay. And then I said, what about communion? She said, yeah, no, you need to sort that out. So I was like, wow. Okay, so she was definitely threw me under the bus again, like I said the other week. But today, instead of coming to preach or teach or anything like that, I just wanted to come and just share my testimony, share where I'm from. So if I can ask that we all stay open-minded and no judgment, you know. God has done a massive work in my life, you know, compared to where I was. So I'll start off just by sharing a little bit about my background. I grew up, young fella, come from a broken family, where my mum left when I was about 2 or 3 years old, so I got brought up with my dad and my brother. We lived in a housing mission area. To be honest, it was normal, and it was good, no issues at all. So we grew up there, and I thought it was normal, except for sometimes I'd be about 7 or 8, and I'd be walking home from school, and I'd go home with my friend, and he'd go, "I'll come to my house," you know, and I'd be like, "Yeah, okay." So we'd go to his house, and his mum would come out and give us a glass of milk and a cookie. Now, most of us would sit there and think, so what? I used to think, wow, man, how good your mum? You know, this is awesome. I was thinking, this must be what it's like to have a mum at home. You know, so it freaked me out. I was like, this is awesome. So anyone that just their mum still does stuff for them, you should be blessed. So I went through life. I grew up, and you know, I'm trying to fast forward this. So as I went through life, I was a pretty good kid, to be honest. I didn't get into trouble or anything until I was about 13. But up until then, I was a normal kid. Didn't really get in trouble. Just did what I had to do. I get hit about 13 years old. My dad finds out he's got cancer, and he goes into hospital. Whilst in hospital, me and my brother were living at home, and imagine, you know, we're only 13, 15, and we're living by ourselves. So you can imagine we were, you know, not great at that stage. Just to clear that up, we would do whatever we wanted. Anyway, my dad's in hospital. You know, there's not a lot of food in the house, there's no money, and so at about 13, I started thinking, I need some money, you know, I need something. So I started hanging out with kids that were 18 and 19, so, you know, and where I'm from, it was normal to steal and break and enter and, you know, do the things you did. That was fun. So we ended up doing that, and then while my dad's in hospital, my family come and visit, and they go, hey, my uncles and aunties and stuff. My auntie's there, and she says to me, Tony, you know it's all your fault. I go, what do you mean? And she's like, the reason your dad's dying in hospital is because of you. I'm like, wow, that's full on. And back then I probably didn't use those words, but I did say, that seems extreme. She kept carrying on, and at this stage I'd been kicked out of high school, and I'd been kicked out of 3 different high schools, once for stabbing a kid because he teased my dad. Another time I got kicked out of school because I pushed a teacher down some stairs. I wasn't a violent kid, but you know, it was just, I don't know, I just didn't really like listening to anyone tell me what to do. So it was so cool, Logan and Sharon the other week, because I didn't hear it. They told me something and I loved it. So I have changed, just to clear that up. But one good thing that I got out of that was, even though through my life, and I was doing it tough, you know, like I had nobody. You know, my dad's in there, my brother's at home, he's doing his own thing, now the family had come. My auntie just kept carrying on, you know, blaming me for all the stuff that's going on with my dad. I eventually have enough and pick up a knife, and I put it to her throat, which at this stage, that's pretty bad, all right? So I just want to clear up, it was a butter knife. At that stage, she didn't know it was a butter knife, but still. Anyway, so obviously now I've got my whole family who hate me guts, and they think I'm the worst person in the world. The problem with that is that now they've taken my brother in. I'm now living in this house by myself. I've got no food, no money. What do you do? I'm a young guy who needs to eat. So I start slinging a bit of marijuana, start, you know, selling a bit of drugs. I'm just breaking into houses, I'm breaking into shops, I'm stealing stuff, I'm doing whatever I need to do to eat. Just so you know, I wasn't this massive drug dealer where I was going to go to jail for the rest of my life. I was a petty dude, you know, just slinging a bit of rock. Oh, no, sorry, not rock, sorry. Slinging a bit of marijuana in some bits and pieces. So anyway, we get to a stage that this guy, I'm you know, selling some stuff, and I have to do it to eat, you know. There was some weeks that I didn't earn the money I needed to earn to eat, so I would go and knock on doors, and I'd say, hey guys, you got a spare potato, you know, at night? And some of the neighbours, they were lovely, I was going to say old ladies, but I better not use that word. There were some lovely ladies, and they used to say, yeah, Tony, I've got you a couple of extra potatoes today. So I'd go and I'd grab the potatoes, and we had a deep fryer at home. And every time I cooked, I used to cook the most awesome hot chips you've ever eaten in your life. And every time they come out, they looked like they were full of pepper. That's because I didn't know you had to change the oil that had been like that for nearly 8 months. So, but anyway, they were awesome. They tasted great. So my mates used to come around and they'd bring potatoes and they'd be like, Tone, man, this is awesome. I go, how good is it? So anyway, I thought I was a chef until later I realised how funny. But anyway, so my dad's in hospital, he's dying, my brother's gone, my family's taken off, my mum's not with me, I'm feeling a bit, I've been kicked out of school, I've got nothing. Seriously, I'm doing it tough, I'm doing the wrong thing every day of the week, and I'm like, what is happening? I felt like I'd been abandoned by everybody. Honestly, I can talk about it now, at first I probably couldn't. When I was at school, they used to send me psychiatrists all the time, they'd be like, mate, there's something wrong with you. And I go, oh no. You know, and they'd be like, sending me a psychiatrist, and they'd be like, the guy's got issues. I'd be like, I know, man. Like, what do you do? You know, so I just had issues, and no one wanted to help me fix it. I didn't really want to listen to anyone anyway. So anyway, they kick me out of school, and they say, either you leave, or we kick you out. No matter what happens, you're never allowed back to another high school again in New South Wales. And I'm like, that seems extreme. But anyway, okay, cool. So I'm, again, selling a bit of weed and that, and loving life, you know, and doing my best. And my dad gets out of hospital, praise God. But whilst he was in hospital, one thing happened which blew my mind. I didn't know God. We didn't get brought up there was a God. I wasn't against God. You know, I wasn't like an anti-God person or anything like that. But what happened was a guy used to come, and you remember where I lived, it was pretty full on. You know, you wouldn't come with the tools and things like that. You're going to get your stuff stolen 100%. So anyway, he turns up. And he just used to sit at the top of my street where we lived, and he would just get out of his car and he'd go, hey buddy, and I'm thinking, who is this guy? Seriously, I'm thinking, how is this? He's got a ute full of stuff, that's gone, 100% for taking a lot. Anyway, and he just gets out of his car and starts talking to me about God. I was like, dude, this guy's got guts. How do you turn up to a place like this and then start, you know, going, oh, you know, Tony, do you know anything about God? I'm like, no man, I don't know anything about God. So anyway, this happened the first week, second week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in, and he says to me, you hungry? I said, yeah, I'm hungry, man. And he's like, okay, what are you coming to church with me? I'm like, who hasn't said that once in their life? When someone said, you go to church, you go, I'm not going to church, mate, the thing will burn down. Yeah? Show me your hands. I just want to know I'm not alone. All right, praise God, 3 people, praise God. But you know, what's awesome is this guy takes me to church. He ends up getting me there not because I want to go to church, because he offers me a Big Mac meal, to be honest. So I go there, get some Maccas, and I'm loving life, me and my mate. I talk to my mate and come, he's like, I'm not that hungry. I'm like, we're hungry, mate, let's go. So we get to church and we do what we do, and I was thinking, man, these are really nice people. You like yourself, I would love them. And anyway, I didn't get saved or anything like that. I just turned up, listened, went home. He'd come back every week, every Friday night. I was up down to my street selling drugs, and he'd be sitting there talking to me while people were turning up to buy stuff. He'd be like, hey man, and I'm just like, didn't judge me, never said you're doing the wrong thing, did not talk to me about drugs at all. He said, what's going on, Tom? I said, oh, I don't know why I talked to this guy. I said, oh mate, my dad's in hospital, he sounds like he's going to be well, he's going to get better, and blah, blah, blah. He goes, oh mate, how do you get there? And I said, oh, I struggle because it's like quite a distance away, I went drive, you know, we have this little car to get there. And anyway, and he said, oh mate, do you want me to take you? I'm like, really? I was a bit shocked. Who in their right mind goes out of their way for someone else? We never did back where I grew up. Anyway, so he takes us, and he took me about 2 or 3 times, and he's laying hands on my dad and praying for him, which I thought was weird, to be honest. So someone praying and laying hands, and I'm like, man, this guy's not right. Anyway, he's praying for my dad, and my dad doesn't get saved or anything, but he just, when he talks to me, he's like, man, that guy's awesome. I said, no. I said, I don't know what's wrong with him. Anyway, whatever happens, I then get a job. This will blow your mind. I got this job, I'm now a trolleyologist. Hallelujah. I know what you're thinking. Cracking job. So I'm a trolleyologist, I'm working in the car parks, pushing the trolleys, and which was pretty cool. And one of the things that happened was, obviously, you remember, I'm still a drug dealer, I'm still getting people to steal things, I don't steal anything myself anymore. And not probably the greatest job for me because I'm in the car park, I see all the stuff that people have got in their cars, so I'll be making calls, back then it was like, remember the old phones? So I just go somewhere and make a call. Anyway, so I had people come and steal stuff out of the car park. But it was normal. I didn't make heaps of money or anything like that, but I ate, you know. And anyway, the story gets better. As I'm a trolleyologist, I love saying that, it's so cool. Anyway, and as I'm a trolleyologist, I'll say it again, I'm walking, and next thing you know, I see this chick. True story. And I see this chick, and she's a checkout chick. And I thought, wow, she's alright, you know. And so I started walking the long way with the shopping centre, through the shopping centre with all the trolleys, trying to act tough, you know. I got this, I was a skinny kid, not like that now, very skinny. So I walked the long way through the shopping centre with all these trolleys. And anyway, I finally got the courage to ask my friend to go and ask her out. And I was now about 15 years old. And she said no. Well, praise God, I'm still married to her now, you know. But what's cool about that story is that my mates thought I was very strange. Because they'd be going, mate, I'm going to marry that chick. My mates are like, you're off your head. What are you doing? I go, mate, I'm going to marry that chick. They go, yeah, she won't even talk to you. And I go, yeah, I know. But how cool is she? And they're like, what is it? They won't even talk to you. Tony, there's no chance. So no, she's my rock. She's my best mate. She's been so good. She told me to cut a lot of that story out so I can share the rest of it with you. So anyway, but one thing's for certain is that when I was in my place of being feeling abandoned, feeling like I had nobody, feeling like I was just in this place of, you know, does anyone really care about me? At that stage, I can be honest and say I didn't think for 1 second that anyone cared about me. You know, I didn't cry at night or anything like that. But I used to look up at the ceiling, and I don't know if anyone's ever been there, but I'll just share like I have, because I was. I used to stare up at the ceiling and I'd be saying, there's got to be more life than this. There has to be. I didn't talk to myself about love or anything like that, but I was like, there's got to be more. Anyway, then all of a sudden I met Eileen, love me life, and then my life starts to get a little bit better. I get saved, praise God, and we start going to church. She's a churchy before I met her, so yeah, so I did corrupt her for a little while there, but she come good, so praise God. But I was a churchy then, and is that okay to say churchy? Is that all right? No one's getting offended. So we were churchies and we'd turn up to church every week, and you know, it was good. Honestly, I'm growing, I'm learning. At first I'm thinking, how's this guy know everything about me? What's happening? I think you stop talking to the pastor. Anyway, she's like, I've never talked to him. So it was just awesome, you know, God really started to do some work in my life. At that stage, probably the biggest problem I had was I just didn't know how to trust Him. I didn't know how to trust God. I didn't know who God was really, you know. I was turning up to church, and that's what you do. You know, generic Christianity, you turn up, you go home, you turn up, you go home, you turn up, you go home. Now, but we go home with so many problems. We go home with so much stuff still. And that really freaked me out, that at that stage I just thought, that's normal. That's what you become a Christian and you do things. One of the things that I did do that was a little bit different was I started, the more of God I got in my life, I realised the Bible tells me I need to go and share with people, I need to preach. So I knew drug addicts and criminals, so I would turn up to someone's house, a drug dealer, and I'd go, they'd be like, hey Tone, what's happening? I go, man, I'm just here to tell you some stuff, you know. And they're like, oh no, come in. I would go in and there'd be like a lounge room full of people, 8, 12 people, and I'd go, man, you're not going to believe what's happened. And they're like, what? I said, no, I've become born again. Like, what's happened? I go, I don't know. But I will tell you this, that I've met Jesus. And they'd be like, they're laughing, they'd be crying on the ground, going, ready their words, you are on drugs. And I'm like, no, you guys are on drugs, so I'm here. So it was pretty cool. So I just kept turning up, and as I'm turning up, they're just thinking I'm weird, and they all leave, and every time I turn up, they all leave their own house. Anyway, so at this stage, I just keep turning up. Drug dealer after drug dealer, criminal after criminal. I just turn up every day of my life. I would turn up to someone's house to preach the gospel, which is pretty cool. Until eventually they started calling me the preaching man instead of Tony, who used to walk through the shopping centre and get strip searched by police because they thought I had drugs on me. And now I'm walking everywhere and my mates are like hiding, he's coming again, get away from him. But eventually, a lot of my mates either went to jail or they died from OD or jumped in front of trains or got beaten to death or whatever. But it's life, you know what I mean? And at that stage, I felt sorry for them, so obviously I wanted to keep preaching. So I would go and they'd all leave as soon as I got there because they just, it's too much. But their wives and girlfriends would stay. And I would just share the gospel with them. I'd have them on the ground crying. God would just turn up and just do a massive work in their lives, you know. So it was so cool. But as we keep moving forward, I then decide, you know, what's happening. I get some people get out of jail, and they come looking for me. They put a screwdriver through my brother-in-law's neck, and they go, mate, looking for Tony. He says, I don't know where he is, man. You know? Anyway, he rings up his sister and says, hey, you need to go. They just got out of jail, they want to kill you. I'm like, cool, let's go. We need to go. Mate, let's go, quick. Ring my brother and I say, mate, quickly get down here with the truck. We need to go. So next day we leave, and we ring another guy. He says, yeah, I've got a house that you can stay in or whatever up in Newcastle, a couple of hours from where we lived. I know this is quick, I'm trying to rush it, I apologise. So anyway, so if I miss something out, I apologise, but we get to a point that I'm now moved. Now I'm moved, I'm spewing at God. I'm filthy. I'm like, how can you get me saved? And then all of a sudden, I'm at this point where I feel like I've been abandoned again. What, you can't help me? How come you can't help me, God? Anyway, so I'm not getting an answer, and I'm freaking out going, this is terrible. So I stopped going to church, I won't let the kids go to church. Eileen didn't listen to me, of course. She still kept going, praise God. And she kept going to church, and as she's going, she's coming back every week, and I'm like, you know, I'm still a bit paranoid, thinking people come and kill me. I'm not on drugs or anything. But I'm looking out the window all the time, you know, there's this one bloke every week. He's walking past my house, and I'm thinking, who is this guy? He's an older guy, you know, he's walking past my house every week without fail. And I'm like, he's not walking a dog, he's not just looking like he's going, he stops out the front. You know, I'm thinking, what's going on? Anyway, eventually, Eileen talks me to go to church. Something she was doing. She was playing tennis. I can't believe she played tennis. Anyway, so we're there, and she gets me to go to this church, and I go and I do recommit my life to the Lord, which is awesome. But I was still struggling, you know, and I was still sort of living the way I wanted. And we meet this guy in church, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, oh mate, do you live in that house in the corner? I said, yeah, man. And he said, oh, God's told me to walk past there every day since you've lived there and pray for you. How good is God? Isn't it funny that we don't know? We have no idea what God's got in store for us. We have no idea what God's doing behind the scenes. Sometimes if you sit, when you're honest with yourself, you sometimes just sit and look at your circumstances, you would say, God's not doing nothing. How come God's not doing anything? Well, if you remember, I didn't share this part, but I had a dream. My dream was I wanted to have an awesome wife that loved me. That was a weird thing to say, but that's what I wanted. I wanted to have a nice car, owned a HG Hull, awesome, yellow. Oh, got it good. Anyway, had a cracking car. And on top of that, I wanted to own my own house, which praise God I do. And I also wanted to be a real estate agent. How funny. Here I am a criminal, and I want to go and sell houses. At the time, I'm thinking, when I look back, I go, did I want that? Because I want to go and steal their stuff, I don't know. But at the same time, I wanted to be a real estate. That was on my heart. So I had a list, you know how we do a list of the things we'd like in our life. But it's pie in the sky stuff. I never thought in a million years I could have this list. Yet, if I look back at my life and I go, well, you know, God brought me a wife that loves me most of the time, unless I don't do something nice for her. That's great. But, you know, he's given me that, he gave me a nice car, he gave me a house, and he made me a real estate agent. Now, the good thing about being a real estate agent was, when I went to Newcastle and I had to run away from these guys wanting to kill me, I actually went to the 12-month course. If I hadn't not gone, there's no way I would have done it. When I turned up to do it, they said, mate, you know, you left school in year 8, you can't do it. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was alright, I was like, whatever, you know. Anyway, wait, while I'm there, and someone comes out and goes, no, don't worry, we'll help you. I'm thinking, oh, cool. Next thing you know, I'm a real estate agent, praise God, you know, like, how good is God? Like, he knew the plans he had for me. I had no clue. You know, I'm thinking, I'm so feeling spewing that my God is sort of not looking after me, and I have to run away. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden I'm gone. I'm still not living right. I'm doing these things, and then we decide, you know, I'm saved, I'm going alright, but still got some stuff in my life that shouldn't be there. Eileen says, let's go on holiday. If you know Eileen, she wasn't flying anywhere, so we had to drive about 4 or 5 hours to get somewhere. Anyway, and so we drove, and we're going down a place, I don't know if you even know, it's called Mount Useley in New South Wales. Anyway, we're going down this hill, and it's a big mountain, and all of a sudden, heaven opens up, and 2 arms come down from heaven, and I'm like, oh, mate, I'm telling you, I was clean. I was not a drug addict at this stage of my life. So I driving, and I'm thinking, Eileen's not making any comments on me, maybe she can't see, maybe something's going on with me, you know? And And then these two arms come from heaven, and it was like there was two roads, one going this way and one going that way. And then all of a sudden I started hearing people screaming, and they were like, "Help me, help me, help me, help me." I'm thinking, looking at all that going, can you not see what's going on? You know, like, but then the Lord spoke to my heart and He said, "You need to choose. You're either going to live for me or you're not. If you don't, that's where you're going. If you do, that's where you're going." So I didn't get promised blessing. I didn't get promised any of those things at that point in my life. What I got was, you're going to hell or you choose heaven. Your call. So, as I said, I'm a bit extreme, but it's probably why God's been extreme with me. So I get to where I'm going, I get out of my car, and kneel straight to the ground. Lord, just forgive me, Lord, you know, as you do. And then God's He's been there for me ever since. Praise God. So that's going back about year 2000. So I'm trying, I've got 19 years to get through. So year 2000. So we start, you know, obviously seeing the Lord move, and I go, "Oh, you know, if God is going to get us to trust and do what we need to do, I think we need to go back to where we're from." She's like, she's a bit freaked out. Anyway, so we moved back, and I get a job straight away as a real estate agent, which is awesome. And I was like living the dream, you know, I was thinking, this is awesome. I buy a house. So every single thing on the list at that stage, wow, God has given me everything I could possibly have wanted. Anything I could have dreamt of, He's given me. Anyway, so we're out shopping, and I'm in the bank, and Ireland's with me, and next thing I look around and I see a couple of boys walking. Anyway, these are the boys that got out of jail. Just I can tell you, when they were in jail for kneecapping some people, they've been shooting someone behind the knee, so they can't walk properly. So I knew that these guys were fair dinkum. So I just said to Eileen, I just leaned over, "Don't need to leave. Just go up the road, I'll see you later." So she's like, "What do you mean?" Anyway, so she just goes, and I look around, I see the boys are still there. And I'm in this line, and I'm thinking, I can't even walk, I can't even get out of here without these guys getting me, you know. I said, "Lord, whatever you want, I'm happy, you know." There's no awesome, beautiful prayer, just real simple. "Lord, whatever, you know, I'm happy. If you want to take me, take me. If you want me to keep it, it's a plan for me. I'll do whatever." So anyway, I just stand there, and this lady, she's making all mistakes. You know, when someone's giving you money over the counter, you don't normally have that many mistakes. This lady's taken like literally 15 minutes with all these mistakes at the counter, and I'm thinking, man, this lady doesn't know what she's doing, you know. And she's just taking all these things, and I'm thinking, wow. Anyway, finally, about 15 minutes later, it's a long time to be standing in line at the bank to prepare that up. Anyway, so we get out, and I'm thinking, oh, you know, I'm thinking, how am I going to get the money to buy them before they kill me? Anyway, so I get outside, and I just sort of look. I'm like, wow, they're not here. Praise God. Eileen comes down and sees me. She goes, "There were some guys standing out the front for ages." You know? I'm like, really? And anyway, so she tells me they were, yeah. So they end up just leaving. But what's good is I did see them going back about a year after that, and there was no issues. Got it organised and made all these people forgive me for stuff I didn't have, so sorry. But anyway, they forgave me. It was good. God was intervening, which is cool. But that was my life, you know. Like, life was all about, you know, even in that point when I'm saved, I'm going good for God. I've just got stuff going on still on the inside. You know, I'm not quitting. Even though I do like to talk if you get around me. But at the same time, I don't normally share too much, you know, about what's going on inside. So we just going good. I'm real estate, I'm making money, I'm going alright. And then an opportunity comes to buy a real estate office in Queensland. We move up and we buy an office. When we get up here, everything's going okay. I then, you know, every day I've been praying over the seats at my office. Lord, touch them, change their life, all the salesmen, all the people we get to meet. And I'll tell you, it was, mate, all the drug dealers over there have never earned that sort of money. So I can tell you that when God gets a hold of your life and He wants to bless you, He will. And He blessed me with a business that was well over $1 million a year. It was so cool. I used to just freak out. So every time I'd go to an awards night, I'd win all the awards, my office would win everything, and it was just like seriously, how big is God? Taking this, I used to call myself a gutter rat. You know, I'm going to take myself as a gutter rat, and now He's blessed me with more than I could ever dream. He's given me everything I could possibly want, and then I keep going further. It's like He keeps blessing me, He keeps blessing me. So I got excited that I was getting blessed. I decided to go and open another 4 offices, so I've now got 5 real estate offices, and I'm just killing it. The problem is, every time I go here, these other ones wouldn't go as well. And then I'd go to that one, and then the others would go no good. And it was just like, I'm working 7 days a week, it was just terrible. My eyes then, I'm no longer focused on things of God. I'm focused on trying to make the business work, trying to fix it. Again, I'll fast forward. I end up going bankrupt, losing everything. And honestly, it was like every feeling, every issue I ever had came back. You with me? Every little bit of abandonment, every little bit of no trust, every bit of why would somebody do this to me? Why would somebody, God, I can't believe you're supposed to be this big God, why aren't you coming and blessing me and looking after me? So anyway, I'm carrying on a bit, and I'm sitting in my driveway most nights, and I'd cry before I walked in. And I wasn't much of a crier, but I would cry before I walked in the house, and I'd be in the driveway and I'd be crying, I'm saying, Lord, you keep saying you look after me, you keep promising all this stuff, but where is it? There's nothing, And anyway, I didn't understand. All I knew is I was wanting to kill myself. I'm like, my family would be better off without me. When the enemy gets in and he just starts to give you those little thoughts, hey, everyone would be better off if you weren't here, you know that. You know that you've probably got life insurance. If you take your own life, family gets looked after, you probably get to keep the house. So, as you can imagine, that is stuff that's going on in my life. And all I'm thinking about is not God. I'm not thinking about anyone except for my family. But really, if I sit down and look at it, I was thinking about myself. I didn't want to go through the pain of the stuff that I'm going through. It was horrific. I can tell you, my life was horrific. Crying myself to sleep at night, trying not to show any of the kids that I was sad. It was tough. But eventually, it got worse. You thought I was going to say it got better. It got worse because all of a sudden, I've got an older son. He takes up drugs and decides that, go out and enjoy himself. Set people's houses on fire, and it's pretty full on. And I'm having to go and fix all these problems all the time. And I'm like, oh, seriously, what is happening? Seriously, what is happening? So fast forwarding, my son then ends up going to jail. So we decide, I've lost everything, I need to move. So we moved back to Sydney, back where it all started again. And I was really focused, even though things were like hell at home, I really focused on the Lord. I said, Lord, I know you're real. I'm sorry to be a story, but I need your help. I really need your help. I can't keep doing it the way I want to do it, because obviously it don't work. Isn't it most of us? Definition of insanity, doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Weird. We all do it. But I kept going, and I'm going, all right, what am I going to do? I get to Sydney within 3 months of losing every single thing. To the point where I had to borrow money off my mum just to buy a car to get down to Sydney. And I had to go and live with my mates because, obviously we couldn't afford rent on our own as well as paying rent where I and the kids were staying. And it was tough, man, I'm telling you. It was the toughest years. If you look at all that going right up to there, even though we were so blessed, and then losing everything, it was heartbreaking. It was like, have you ever seen a vase? Have you ever smashed a glass or a vase and it goes into 1,000 bits? That was how I felt my life was. It was crazy, But yet, I just felt like God got it all together, and He put that vase or that glass back together for me, and that's my life. And what He did was, I'll just clear it up. My son is still in jail, on and off, comes in and out of jail. Still got a drug addiction, but we love him more than anything. He's a great kid, just got a few issues with drugs, but I was going to say so do we all, but we don't. But there was a time that I did, And I'll say this, that when God gets a hold of someone's life like He did mine, He can change anyone. He can change your circumstances. He can change the way you think. And He can do more in your life than you can ever imagine. And the times when you feel like you're alone and no one's there for you, and that just things don't work, as Him working in the background and trying to work it out for you. Because He knows the plans. He knows what's in store for you. So I'm going through life. God's given me everything back. 3 months of being in Sydney. God has blessed us, blessed our socks off to a point where you're just like, this is so crazy. Then my daughter says, Dad, I need to move to Queensland because me and my fiance want to get married, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wow, that's full on. I don't know about not being near my family. That's a bit strange. Then all then comes to me and her and my daughter, and they go, hey, if Bookie's going to have a baby, how do we leave her in Queensland by herself? I'm like, I don't know, how do you do it? I don't know. And she's like, no, we need to be there for her. I'm like, okay, we've got 2 other kids, And she's like, no, she's my little girl. I'm like, oh, seriously. So anyway, I'm thinking everything's going so well. When you get to that point, you go, everything is awesome. Why would we go? That is ridiculous. Anyway, I start praying about it, and I straight away have peace about going. I'm like, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's from God. Because I've got peace. It's just not normal. I'm used to my life being a little bit more hectic. But I felt peace. And my wife's smiling away, her and her daughter, it's like skipping through the streets going, yes, they're going to Queensland. Anyway, so I moved back to Queensland. We sell the house down in Sydney that we bought while we're down there. And we sell that, make enough money to buy another house up here. And on top of buying a house, we had about $80,000 left to start a business. Anyone who knows when you start a real estate business, 80 grand, you're probably not going to cut it, to be honest with you. But anyway, we thought, oh, well, we've got dinner, he's in it, let's do something. So we get up here and I can't live in the house straight away because we've got tenants, so I need to go and live at my mum's house. My mum is awesome. I can tell you that part of the story, but me and my mum, she got back into my life and she's now, I've got 3 special women in my life, my mum, my wife and my daughter. So it's so cool. So it's funny, hey, God just fixes all the hurts in your life, but he does it his way. And now my mum will do anything for me. If I ring her, she will drop anything. There's not one thing she wouldn't do, which is so cool. But in saying that, I come back and I say, Mum, we need to come live at your house. Oh, really? No problems. Anyway, so I set up a little desk in the family room and I say, that's going to be my office. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm starting a real estate business from your house. She goes, oh, okay. So I'm doing that. We do that for about 6 months in our house and it's growing like God's hand is upon it again. We're being blessed. It's just like, please God, keep on blessing someone like me. I just keep thinking, why? Why would he keep wanting to go out of his way to see me looked after? So anyway, we kept going, we're getting blessed, everything's going good. We're going to a church down the coast, where these guys are from, praise God. And we're going there and the presence of God is so cool and mate, we're just thinking, life's good again. Even though we've got a son, it's got a few issues and stuff, but life is so cool. And we're just like, God is in it, it's just helping us, it's just there for us, it's just trying to make sure that we're looked after constantly. And I was just thinking, wow, how good is God, So I get to a point where I go, God's real, let's make a move. Let's start an office, to get out of the house. We've moved into my house by this stage. And we decided it's growing, we've got 300 managements or something that's normally a few staff. So we said we don't really want everyone at home. So we take it, we go and open an office, and we do that, and we're really blessed, which is praise God. But what's amazing is, if you look back and you think of all the things that God did, I would say, if I could just really narrow it down the things he did. He stopped me from being killed. I've had guns pulled on me. I've had a shotgun on the back of my head, told that they're just about to blow my head off. I've been trying to get stabbed. I've been jumped. I've been robbed, spewing, but not for a long time. But some things happen, and if I sat in the way I was, how would I be where I am now? If I didn't really recognise the thing that God's done in my life, where would I be now? What would I be feeling? Would I be feeling hurt, broken, disappointed, still untrusting? You think about it, my son's in jail still, and I think, for me sometimes I think, well, God, and I know you're a big God. And I get a bit down, I'm not going to say I've never cried, I still cry. Eileen said something happened to me because I cry all the time now. But one of the things that I cry about all the time is that I go, God, my son's still in jail. I'd love you to come and touch his life and bring him out of jail, and bring him back born again so he can go and touch a generation that would not be touched by the normal folk. And one night I don't think I was complaining, but I probably was. Anyway, and I said, Lord, I know you're a big God, you can do anything, so let's do it. If you have to break him out, break him out. Whatever you have to do, let's get him. And he said, Tony, you love him, don't you? I said, Harper, I love this kid. I loved him. It's like, the prodigal son, Imagine being a father, sending your son to die on the cross. Imagine giving up your only son so that all of you could get right with him, to give you a way forward. That blows my mind. I wouldn't sacrifice my son for none of you. So, it's not that I don't love you all, okay, but I'm just saying, I'm just being honest, I think honesty is what Logan and Sharon keep telling me, it's a good thing. So for me, I wouldn't do it, and I'm just being honest, I'm not at that point in my life. I would save you if someone was going to shoot you, no problem, but I couldn't sacrifice my kids. You know what I'm saying? But God did. That blows my mind that he did, and we sometimes struggle. Where are we? What's going on, Lord? We've still got stuff going on in our life. Why do we have stuff going on in our life? It's not your fault. I'm not going to sit here and say it's your fault. But I'm going to say this, that we can't keep doing the same thing the same way and expecting it to change. If you're serious about God, or you're serious about wanting to do something in your life, and I'm not talking about being a real estate agent, not everyone gets to be that lucky, but if you want change in your life, you have to go, what is it I need to do to change? Because it normally comes with a choice. See, with me, I had to choose to not be a drug dealer. I had to choose to trust God to give me work. I had to choose that God had a better plan than I had. Selling drugs at the top of the street probably wasn't going to cut it the rest of my life. As I said, most of my mates are either in jail or they're dead. You know, because of the lifestyle they chose. I've still got a few mates that aren't, and it's great when I see them every now and then. But, yeah, man, they're different. I'm different. I still hang out with a lot of people that aren't saved, and, you know, to be honest, I hang out with more unsaved people than I do saved people, because I love people that are real. I just love hanging out with people that are fair income, not putting on a show, just being themselves. If you ever get to hang out with me, I'm pretty much like that. I normally say things you got what to hear say, or you know, I'll put you on the spot with things, but that's just who I am. And I'm not going to change to be someone else. I'm just going to be who God's called me to be. My question is, with the stuff you're going through, and I know most of you are Christians and you go, I don't go through stuff. Well, that's definitely a lie from the pit. But we all go through stuff. Do we? Am I being serious? Yeah, we all go through stuff. The question is, are we going to keep doing that same thing? Or are we going to go, let's change? Some of you might go, well, I don't know what to do. Okay. Let's talk about that real quick. What to do? What to do to change? I would say a couple of things you need to do is hang out with different people. Some of the people you might hang out with might be awesome. Okay. Go find new ones. Maybe start doing something different you don't do. Read your Bible. I'm not saying you don't read your Bible. But if you don't, Andrew, I'm talking to you. But if you don't, I'm saying start reading your Bible. I'm teasing them because they're my friends and I know they won't get upset with me later. But read your Bible. Start seeking the Lord. How do you do that? Just start saying, Lord, if you're real, show me. I believe 100% that every single person in this place is here for a reason. I know that I've been so blessed with some of the people in here that I've got to know. I've been blessed with learning stuff I've never in a million years have known, that's for sure. But I honestly feel like right now, this very moment in my life, I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm doing exactly what God's called me to do. And I know that I may never get an invite back, so just to the point today, but I honestly can tell you that because God loved me so much, and He fully transformed my life, I can stand here in front of everyone and just be honest. God loves me, mate. God changed my life. And He's done it so that I can then go and touch other people's lives. He did it so that I could have a story that's not the same as someone else's. As I said, I've cut out so much of the middle stuff because Eileen said to me last night, I think you're going a bit long. Anyway, but I want to say this, just if we can finish on this note. So we're going to probably do music in 2 seconds, don't you? I just want to finish on this note and say, if God is real, you're going through stuff, He wants to help you. Do you want help? Do you want to stay the same? I love that, you know, we use the famous scripture, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. You know, I don't believe everlasting life is just heaven. I believe everlasting life is right now. Yet we struggle, yet we're sour, yet we're going through life and we think we're unhappy. There's no joy. Is it Christians? If we're Christians, we have to have joy. Because if we don't have joy, then we don't have God. If God is who He says He is, He says He'll come in and He'll touch your life and He'll change you forever. It might take some time, because for me it took ages. It took me a long time. But He wants to do something. So the thing is, if you're not experiencing joy, if you're not experiencing freedom, I tell you, all you need to do is ask yourself, what do I need to do? But don't just keep saying it to yourself over and over again, thinking that's going to change you. What it is, Lord, show me. Lord, I've got confidence. I give you permission to do whatever you want. So today, just real quick, as I close in prayer, I just want to answer the question. So if everyone could just close their eyes and bow their heads. I feel felt like I had to have a look, see who was being religious and didn't want to do it. Emily. So anyway, Lord, sorry, Emily, Lord, I just thank you that you're a good God, that you know who we are, you know where we're at. Lord, I pray that even today, as we've come to hear your voice, as we've come to hear you move in our hearts, Lord, I pray that you would touch us in a new way, that we walk out of here never the same again. Lord, I pray that whatever it is that we hold on to, Lord, whatever it is that we just let stay in our lives, Lord, I pray that you put your finger on it today. You would show us what it is we need to get rid of so that we can put you first. Lord, I pray that even right now, every single person would know you in a deeper way. Lord, we ask that you would just come and just touch us afresh today. We know that you live within us, Lord God, but we pray for a fresh touch. That you would just come and change us and make us who we're called to be. Lord, today we give you ourselves, we give you permission to come and have your way. If anyone has any issues, some stuff that they're going through and they're holding on to, I want to say, give it up. If you need help, then there's people in this church that would love to help. Come and see me or someone else in the church that is now. Come and see us. I would love to pray with you. I would love to help you in any way I possibly can. We thank you